This is the greatest shirt ever. It makes me really happy now. Hi everyone. So we're gonna do the laziest video what YouTubers can do, which is a Q&A. I asked you to write some questions and I'm gonna answer to them. Basically, that's the point. Okay, we're jumping into it. So mostly they are about the first year, because you know that Alberto is 1 year old now. It's gonna be 14 months old this month. Most of the questions are about that. The first question is about, it's in Hungarian, so I have to translate it. I didn't read about so much about this, but like, how was your period after giving birth compared to how it was before? Is there something new, or is the pain like stronger or less? So I'm really interested about it. So someone asking that. Okay, so my period came at 11 months, when Alberto was 11 months old, so almost 1 year old. Side note, that this means that in 1.5 years I was able to give birth to 1 child. This means that we shouldn't be the ones who are taking the pills. Anywho, my period starts to be a little bit, like, it is different, what I realized. I never really had so much pain before. It was not strong, so usually it lasted like 4 days. Now it looks like that it's more, like it's almost a week long, but it's still like trying to, because the first 2 months I didn't really had like an actual period. It was not so much. So now it starts to keep up. My body starts to keep up, and I start to have real period. But it's still difficult for me to answer to that question, because I'm still trying to figure out what are the differences. But so far this is the only thing I found, that and I never had pain. I mean, sometimes I had pain, but it looks like that didn't change. So I will probably talk about that later when I will have more information. So like, because it's still just like 3 months or 4 months that I've been having them, and that is not so much information. As I said, the first 2 times was nothing. Those were not real periods. Okay, the next question. Are you still breastfeeding? How is it now after 1 year? And how is it going, the eating in general? So I'm still breastfeeding, yes. My idea was that I'm breastfeeding as long as Alberto wants it, or that I'm not super uncomfortable with it. So because I think that's the whole point, that you are doing this until one of you doesn't want it. Yeah, so it's like, if you're saying, if the mom is saying, okay, I'm like super uncomfortable, it's annoying, like I can't do it anymore, then if you're still doing it despite that you don't want to, then it's just making the whole thing worse. This is what I believe. Sometimes I'm uncomfortable with it, but I still really like it, and I'm really happy that I can like calm him so fastly. That's the solution to every problem, and so I'm really happy that is still something that I can help him with, and he really needs it still a lot. That's what I see. They are saying that it changes from one day to another, like that one day they want the breast, and the next day they're like, no, I don't want it anymore. I'm not sure, I really don't know, but I still really like it, and it's still, you know, that now that he's older, he can he can actually show that he wants. So he's like, she's watching under my shirt, or like putting his face on my boobs, so he's actually communicating with me, and that is really sweet, really cute. And yeah, like the other day he, yesterday he fell asleep on my boob, and he was like sleeping on me, and I was sleeping like that. So it's really still, it's a really good bonding, opportunity to have. So I like that. And of course it's really annoying, because also during the night he's waking up. If he wouldn't breastfeed, probably he would sleep all night, and that is really the hard part. That's why I start to think like, okay, I start to be fed up with this, because he's waking up so much, and I'm really exhausted. I've been not sleeping for more than a year, so I start to hallucinate a little bit, and forgetting words and forgetting things where I put it before, which I was really good at it before. So I'm worried now that, okay, I should take care when I'm driving. So because of that, I would stop the whole thing, because then he would sleep better. He wouldn't, because also I'm waking up during the night, and I really don't know where I am. Like, well, I know where I am, but it's like I'm doing everything in like as a reflex. Like I know, okay, I have to take him out. When he falls asleep, I'm putting him in his bed, and then we go into the bed, and then the first time he wakes up, I'm putting him next to us, and he's sleeping next to us in the end. See, so everything is really automatic. Yeah. So that part is really, really hard. But I'm really, really grateful that I have milk, and I have, it looks like really good milk, that he's able to grow. Like, he's super tall and strong, and he's growing really well. And then food as well is going well. I don't know if I talked about this, I really don't know. I should have made a video about this, but when he was like 8 months old, we started to eat. He started to eat. I mean, I started to give him food, because we started obviously at 6 months old, but he didn't want anything. He, in the beginning, yes, but then he didn't accept food. So at 8 months old, we started BLV, and then when he was like 11 months old, he started to actually eat a bigger amount. Before that, he was just tasting stuff, but he was like bored of it, or he didn't care that much. And when he was 11 months old, he started to enjoy eating, mostly fruits, but he enjoyed it super much. So since then, he's like unstoppable, and he loves food so much. Thank God. So yeah, that goes really well. But that's a whole story and a whole different video just to talk about BLV, because it was really hard and long journey, and it is still, obviously. I will talk about it if you are interested. Just tell me in the comments, because then I will make a separate video of what worked for us, and how I helped him to like food. But yes, he really, really loves food now, which is great. Okay, my ring is stuck on my finger. I'm taking out the plot. Next question. A szülés óta változott, hogy változott a viszonyod a testeddel? So after giving birth, did it change, and how it changed your relationship with your body? So, I've been talking about this a lot, obviously, because I've never been like a thin girl. I'm really tall and chubby, so I always had problems because of our society. I can't take this out. Wait, I tried to take it out with soap. We don't have to go to the emergency room to take out my ring. So anyway, I don't know. See, because it was really small for my eye. Anyway, okay. So I've been talking about this, and I, made my diploma work about this, so it's a really long journey and story for me. And I made a lot of other artworks and photographs about, this, that you can check on my Instagram. I have to say that because of pregnancy, my relationship with my body became better, because I was, you know, amazed at how strong my body is, and how amazing, and how I'm fortunate, because I didn't have any problem during my pregnancy. Well, I took care of it, obviously, but still. And I'm really grateful for that. Obviously, you know, that we have this pressure when, you know, our kid is born, that we have to be in shape and you look exactly how we are before the pregnancy, which is an impossible thing to do, even if you are working really, really hard and you know, and do exercises and everything. First of all, like, you shouldn't do that. Like, you have to heal, you have to let your body heal after the birth. And second of all, it's such a big change for your body that it's impossible to be exactly how you were before. It's impossible. But that's fine. That shouldn't be a bad thing. It is not a bad thing. It's an amazing thing. Like, you know that I had a C-section. So, and I love my scar. I really, really love my scar. It's really beautiful, I think, and I love that it's visible. But again, I'm really, really lucky, because my body didn't change that much. It did change, obviously, but I don't feel that is that different. I'm not able to lose weight anymore. I would love to lose a little bit of weight, but I'm not able to, because I'm still breastfeeding. I think that's different for every woman. Some women, breastfeeding makes them lose weight. And for example, my mom was not able to, so, and when she stopped breastfeeding, she started to lose weight, so probably it's gonna be the same for me. But I'm kind of fine. I mean, I should be fine. Like, I mean, I think as I said, that I'm grateful for what my body was capable of, and still is really, like, working a lot. All your organs are in a different position when you are pregnant. So I saw in monthly, you know, how everything went back to their place and how my body changed through that. It was really interesting. So yeah, it's a really, really great journey, and we shouldn't shame anyone because of their bodies, but especially not mom bodies. It's not something that we should shame, because they are amazing, all of them. The next question: what advice would you give to a woman deciding if she is ready to have babies or not? I love your videos, Barb. Thank you. Okay, that is a really difficult question to answer. I would say that you have to accept. You have to accept. Yes, it is the hardest job. I mean, I know that maybe some mothers doesn't think like that, but it is really, really hard, really, really hard job, because you are giving everything, you're giving yourself to another person fully, and you are giving up yourself in a way that you're not able to take care of yourself, you're not able to, and you have to, because you have to. But it's really, really hard job. It's again, it's a whole other video just to talk about this. Like, you give up everything and you're just concentrating on your kids' needs and what they need, and you have to. And when you don't have kids, you're not able to imagine how hard is it to be a parent, to a mom especially, and especially if you don't have help. And by help I mean, well, first of all, another person who is another parent, but secondly, like grandparents or something. Like my mom is not able to be here and help me, which is a horrible thing. I'm really sad about that, but it's that also made making my life really, really difficult, because there's no one I can call, like, can you come over and, you know, take care of Alberto while I'm taking a shower, or while I'm just sleeping a little bit or something, and or I just go out and do something to breathe out, no, to have some air, you know, and relax mentally, because like if you have a child, you're like 100% always, you have to be present and look out for them, and that already super tiring. And then there's like the night shift that you have to do, there's like the daytime that you have to take them out to the air, play with them, feed them, so there's a lot of work. And then there's not to mention to take care of your own home, take care of your husband, so you are taking care of everyone, and that is a really, really, really big job to do. And because society is built in a way that they are not helping women at all, mothers, like zero, then you have to deal with yourself, and people want you to do that. The people doesn't want you to talk about that, how hard is it, and you should accept that that is it. And even if I'm, you know, I'm a feminist and I'm trying to fight for my rights, it's just society is not built in that way. And as I said, that I don't have any help, so it's not easy. So anyway, I'm just trying to say that you have to know, or I'm telling you, because maybe no one tells you, because no one told me how actually hard is it to be a mom, that you are making a really big decision that is for your life, and nothing is hard as this. There's the obvious factor of that the joy of it is something, again, that you can't explain, and I can't describe you. I'm not able to describe you. So of course it's amazing, and I have no words how to describe how wonderful it is to follow Alberto's changing, and how lovely he is. It makes me cry. So and for that, of course, all the work is something that I do, and but that doesn't mean that it's not really, really hard. So I don't know what is your situation, but I think that I mean, I don't know what your situation is, and I don't know. It's really a big decision, but for sure I would now, even if I'm this low, I would regret it to not have Alberto. So it's the most, like, people are feeling in the world, for sure, like how wonderful and how really bad is it. I don't know, it's difficult to describe, really. The next question is, do you see yourself staying in Italy, or do you ever think about settling elsewhere? I didn't know that these questions are this difficult to answer. I mean, they are really hard. You're giving me really hard questions. I really love to live in Italy, and there's so many wonderful things about Italy. So it's I should make a whole video about that, but I really love to live here. Also in this place, like in Veneto, we love to live. Maybe it can happen that we are moving to other parts of Italy, maybe, but I don't see myself or our. Sorry. I don't see myself like living in like other countries like France or whatever. I mean, if I would ever move to anywhere, it would be the place where it's always hot. But that's gonna happen anyway, sooner or later. Hello, climate change. So we can just stay here and that's it. Or to a place where there's water eventually, which is something that is like there's the sea and there's some lakes around. So that's absolutely my goal, one of my goals. And then there's the other obvious question is that to move to Hungary or not, and that is something that I don't see now, even if a big part of my heart would love to, obviously, because my parents and a lot of my friends are living there, and I know that place. I mean, even if I live here for 8 years, that obviously I grew up there, so it's really comfortable and something that I know, but that also Hungary is not in a good status in a lot of point of view, even if also Italy have some problems right now politically, but still Hungary is in a really horrible situation for so long that I don't find myself, I don't feel that I want to put Alberto there and have him childhood or there maybe later when he's an adult, but it's not safe. I don't feel safe Budapest, so I don't really see that. And then obviously there are places like Japan or that are wonderful, but I've never been there, and I've never been there a long time, and I know now that like you have to live somewhere a long time, not just be there for a week or two to understand the place. So maybe another life, but I really like to live here, and it's really safe and beautiful, and the nature and the food, of course, so I really like to be here. I would prefer to just travel a lot, to have enough money to just travel a lot of places and stay in a lot of places, not just for a couple of days, but more, and be relaxed and learn about the world and teach Alberto about the world. So that is what I would love to have, and a house next to water. that is my goal. Yes, there was one about my art career, question about my not existing art career. That is something that is one of the things that made this year really, really sad or hard, as I said, complicated, difficult. That I'm not able to do what I love to do. What I am is that I'm an artist and I love to make art, but I'm just not in that status, that I'm not able to, like, mentally I'm doing so many paintings and photographs and videos, but I don't know when I will be able to do any of it. I really want to. That's one of the things that I would love to do, and I'm telling to this girl who was asking what to tell you about being a mom or not in the future. So that you also have to put away your career, the thing that you are eventually, if you had one. Of course, there are people who doesn't have like a strong passion about something, and then that is great, because you don't feel that you're losing time or you're losing you're not FOMOing. But my mom always told me that she was also really worried. She's an actress, and she was also really worried. She left out like 5 years or 6 years when she had us and my brother and me. And she always saying that she shouldn't have worried. It was so dumb, and she should have enjoyed being with us. So I'm always, thinking about that. Um, uh, but on the other hand, like I have the feeling to create and put these thoughts that I've been telling you about for half an hour, and putting them into art, because I'm always have problems with actually expressing myself with words, because it's just so difficult, because these are feelings that we're using words for, but they are not even close to what is actually inside. So that is what I mean. I hope soon I can start to paint again and show you them. Anyway, I hope it was, I don't know, interesting to have this little coffee afternoon chat with me, and I'm really, really grateful for the ones who are those 136 people who are watching all my videos every week. I am really. So yeah, take care.